Emma Watson, British actress, model, and, let's be honest, household name. Everything changed for her the moment she landed the role of Hermione Granger in the Harry Potter movies. Overnight, she went from being a regular girl to a global icon. Along with the sudden fame came a sweet perk: massive paychecks from the film studio that helped set her up for life. Curious how she lives now and how much she earns? You're in for it, because we put this video together by popular demand. Emma Charlotte Douer Watson was born in Paris on April 15, 1990. Her parents, Jacqueline Lousby, a French woman, and Chris Watson, a Brit, were both lawyers. When Emma was just 5, her folks split up. Her dad moved back to England, and her mom, not wanting to shake things up too much for Emma and her little brother Alex, eventually decided to relocate too. That's how Emma ended up growing up between two homes. She lived with her mom in Oxford during the week and spent weekends with her dad in London. From 1995 to 2001, she went to the Dragon School in Oxford. At the same time, she took classes at Stagecoach Theatre Arts. Even as a kid, Emma had a knack for performance. When she was 7, she won her first acting award for reciting poetry in a school speech contest. The folks at Stagecoach were impressed enough to send her portfolio to the casting director working on the film adaptation of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, J.K. Rowling's blockbuster book. Emma didn't have any illusions about being a great actress. She was just thrilled to make it past the first round of auditions. But producer David Heyman saw something different in her. He was floored by the confidence of this 8-year-old girl who beat out over 1,000 other kids, many of them seasoned child actors, through 8 tough audition stages. Even J.K. Rowling gave her personal stamp of approval. Once she officially landed the role, she met her co-stars Daniel Radcliffe and Rupert Grint. The three of them would grow up on screen together over the next 12 years. Funny enough, Emma later admitted she had a schoolgirl crush on Tom Felton, the guy who played Draco Malfoy. The highly anticipated premiere of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone finally hit theaters on November 4, 2001. It smashed records on day one and ended up being the top-grossing film of the year. Critics had good things to say about all three leads, but it was Emma who really stole the show. The Daily Telegraph described her portrayal of Hermione as admirable, and a writer for Imagine Games in New York said Emma outshone everyone. For her work in that first film, she earned $125,000. Her parents, smartly, put most of it in the bank to save for her education. Still, a slice of it went toward throwing a fancy party for her friends to celebrate the end of filming. Even after hitting it big, Emma said her day-to-day life didn't change much. She still helped look after her younger brother and made her own bed. But with the wild success of the first film, there was no turning back. The studio went full steam ahead and announced 7 more movies. Just like that, Emma's childhood pretty much ended. She spent about 11 months a year filming. A year later came Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, and once again, it was a hit. Another $125,000 went into her bank account. When the third movie, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, rolled out, critics said Emma's performance showed signs of a more mature actress, even if the movie itself didn't perform quite as well financially. Again, she got the same $125,000 paycheck. But then, in 2005, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire was released, and it broke box office records during its opening weekend in both the US and the UK. Critics started pointing out Emma's growing professionalism and acting chops. That same year marked the beginning of her modeling career. At just 15, Emma landed her first major photo shoot with Teen Vogue. She even made the cover of the November issue, stepping into a new spotlight beyond acting. Because filming took up most of the year, Emma had to switch schools. She transferred to Headington School for Girls, which offered flexible study options so she could continue her education while shooting. Even with the chaos of production, Emma and her co-stars made time every day to study and keep up with their lessons. In the summer of 2006, filming for the 5th movie was put on hold for a month so that Emma and Daniel could take their exams. That break alone cost Warner Brothers about $4.8 million. That's how committed they were to letting the kids finish their studies. Around that time, Emma started dating Tom Ducker, a professional rugby player. The relationship lasted about a year. According to some, it ended after Emma saw him out with another girl. In 2007, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix hit theaters. Emma's paycheck this time? A cool $4 million. The film was a huge financial success, and it earned the main trio a new level of celebrity. They were even honored with handprints and footprints at the famous Grauman's Chinese Theater in Hollywood, That same year, Emma dipped her toes into roles beyond the wizarding world. She starred in Ballet Shoes with her half-sisters Nina and Lucy joining her on set. In 2008, she decided to sharpen her skills and enrolled in a summer acting course at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art in London. While there, she was seen out and about with Australian actor Angus Willoughby, sparking rumors of a summer romance. That fling with Angus Willoughby didn't really lead anywhere, just like a summer internship you barely remember. But Emma didn't stay single for long. Before people knew it, she was being spotted around town with British TV host Francis Boole. Things didn't last, though. Francis apparently couldn't handle dating someone so famous and young. He had big dreams of his own and didn't want to be known just as the boyfriend of the Harry Potter girl. That stung for Emma, and after the split, they never spoke again. Next came Jay Barrymore, a British financier. That was her first real grown-up relationship. They were together for about a year, but distance has a funny way of changing things. Emma moved to the US to attend Brown University in 2009, and the strain of long distance took its toll. It wasn't long before someone new caught her eye. Emma started seeing one of her classmates, Rafael Cebrian, a Spanish musician. Word got out after they were seen together at a hockey game, laughing and looking cozy. The chemistry was obvious, but like most college flings, it fizzled out after 6 months. Around that same time, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince hit theaters, the 6th film in the series. After the release, rumors started flying that Emma might walk away from the franchise and skip the final 2 movies. Despite the whispers, she ended up renewing her contract with Warner Bros. Still, it wasn't an easy decision. Signing that deal meant tying herself down to a project that would dominate the next 3 years of her life. Emma later admitted the choice weighed heavily on her, but after thinking it over, the positives won out. Meanwhile, the tabloids had a field day with another story, this one linking Emma to Russian billionaire Roman Abramovich. Truth is, she'd only joined him and his then-partner Dasha Zhukova for a Chelsea football match. Nothing romantic about it. In 2009, she was also supposed to star in a French melodrama called Napoleon and Betsy. The script followed a fictional relationship between Napoleon Bonaparte during his final days in exile and a young girl living on the island of St. Helena. Unfortunately, the movie never made it past pre-production. That same year, Emma dipped further into fashion, becoming the face of Burberry's Fall-Winter 2009 to 2010 campaign. 6 months later, she was back modeling for their Spring-Summer line. While filming that campaign, she met George Craig, the frontman of the band One Night Only. George wasn't just posing, he was also performing. Emma ended up starring in the music video for their track, Say You Don't Want It, which took inspiration from Disney's Lady and the Tramp. They dated briefly, but things didn't last. The couple later admitted they were just too different. Not long after, Emma signed with the sustainable fashion brand People Tree. She wasn't just a face for them, she actually collaborated on the design of their spring line. The collection hit stores in February 2010 and was well received by fans and critics alike, including Teen Vogue, Cosmo, and People. In 2010, fans were treated to the first half of the grand finale, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. The second part dropped in 2011, bringing the saga to an epic close. One of the most buzzed-about moments? The long-awaited kiss between Hermione and Ron. It wasn't easy for the actors. Emma and Rupert had basically grown up together, and the whole thing felt a little awkward. But fans had been waiting for that moment for years, and it didn't disappoint. For each of those last 2 films, Emma was reportedly paid a jaw-dropping $15 million. In 2011, she also took on a smaller but standout role in My Week with Marilyn, playing Lucy, Marilyn Monroe's assistant. It was a brief appearance, but she made it memorable. That year, she was honored as a fashion icon, receiving the Style Icon Award from designer Vivienne Westwood herself at the Elle Style Awards. Around the same time, Emma became the new face of Lancôme, further cementing her place in the world of high fashion. In 2012, she starred in The Perks of Being a Wallflower, a coming-of-age film that struck a chord with young audiences. On that set, she met actor Johnny Simmons. The two hit it off, and soon Emma was introducing him to her parents. Their friends even said the two were head over heels. But things didn't last. When Emma asked Johnny to move to England with her, he turned her down. That was the end of the road. Academically, Emma hit pause at Brown and decided to try out Worcester College in Oxford for a bit. Eventually, she circled back and resumed her studies at Brown. While at Oxford, she met Will Adamowicz, a musician. They made their public debut at the 2012 Coachella Music Festival in California. And this one looked serious. The relationship lasted nearly 2 years, and engagement rumors even started swirling. But like many things in young love, it didn't end with a wedding. Eventually, they parted ways, each going in a different direction. The official story behind Emma and Will's breakup? Her packed schedule? She was juggling so much that there just wasn't enough time to be together. Still, May 2013 brought a different kind of spotlight. GQ magazine featured Emma on its cover, where she channeled Julia Roberts' iconic look from Pretty Woman. That same month, she showed up in The Bling Ring, a gritty crime drama where she played a bold, self-assured teen thief. Fun fact, during filming, someone actually swiped her script. Around that time, she also made a brief but hilarious appearance as herself in the wild comedy This Is the End, a film originally written with Mila Kunis in mind, though she passed on the role, and it went to Emma. In the spring of 2014, Emma hit another milestone. She graduated from Brown University with a degree in English literature. Shortly after, she starred in the epic biblical fantasy Noah, playing Isla, the adopted daughter of Russell Crowe's character. That same year, she took home the Best British Style Award at the British Fashion Awards, beating out style heavyweights like Keira Knightley, Kate Moss, and even David Beckham. Emma revealed that her ultimate fashion inspiration has always been Elizabeth Taylor. Beyond acting and fashion, Emma became more involved in activism, especially when it came to women's rights. Her journey started with trips across Africa, where she focused on improving education for girls. By July 2014, she had officially become a UN Women Goodwill Ambassador. Romantically, she was seen with someone new, Matthew Janney, a student and rugby player. They were first photographed on a tropical getaway in the Caribbean. Later, they were seen furniture shopping for her place and even vacationing in Spain. Their relationship lasted around 10 months, and though they eventually split, they reportedly stayed on friendly terms. In early 2015, whispers started flying about Emma and Prince Harry. According to some sources, Harry had asked mutual friends to introduce them. They were spotted at a gathering with more than a dozen people, and insiders claimed Harry was openly flirting and clearly smitten. Emma, however, denied any romantic involvement and shut those rumors down quickly. That same year, she joined the cast of Regression, a dark psychological thriller. True to her principles, Emma refused to film explicit scenes, so a body double was used for anything considered risque. Filming kicked off on April 15th, coincidentally her birthday. She even tweeted that being on set was the best gift she could have asked for. Also in 2015, she started working on Colonia, a romantic drama based on real events from 1973 Chile. While filming, she was spotted getting cozy with Roberto Aguirre, an actor she'd first met way back in 2004 on the set of Goblet of Fire. The two were seen grabbing lunch in Los Angeles and later strolling through the city hand in hand, wrapped up in each other's company. Not long after, Emma began dating William Mack Knight, a Princeton alum and tech entrepreneur working in Silicon Valley. That relationship was one of her longest. It lasted just over 2 years. Emma kept things quiet, doing her best to shield their romance from public eyes. Then came 2017, and Emma's big break as Belle in Disney's Beauty and the Beast. To prepare, she dove into 3 months of singing, dancing, and horseback riding lessons. The commitment meant turning down a role in La La Land, which went on to be a massive hit, but Emma said she had no regrets. Her paycheck for Beauty and the Beast? A whopping $15 million, not counting her cut of the box office profits. Unfortunately, not every project was a success. That same year, she starred in the sci-fi thriller The Circle, which bombed with critics. Emma was even nominated for a Golden Raspberry Award for Worst Actress, something no star wants on their resume. In 2018, she had a few short-lived flings. One was with Glee star Cord Overstreet, the other with businessman Brendan Wallace. Later on, she was also seen out and about with actor Cole Cook, Alicia Keys' younger brother. By 2019, Emma was back on top with a new movie, Little Women, a period drama set after the American Civil War. It was a modern remake of the beloved 1994 classic. Around this time, Emma kept pushing the boundaries of fashion and modeling, embracing bold and unconventional photo shoots. One highlight, she was chosen to appear in the 2020 edition of the Pirelli calendar alongside Kristen Stewart, India Moore, and Claire Foy. The theme that year was Looking for Juliet, and each actress portrayed her own vision of Shakespeare's tragic heroine. As for her love life, Emma was spotted on a low-key date in London in October 2019 with a mystery man. 6 months later, his identity was revealed, Leo Robinson. He's a businessman who previously worked for a cannabis company in Los Angeles, but left the job in mid-2020. According to close sources, things were serious enough that Emma introduced Leo to her family. Leo Robinson, Emma's current boyfriend, is a businessman who previously worked for a cannabis company out in Los Angeles. He stepped away from that job back in June. From what insiders say, things between them are pretty serious. Serious enough that 30-year-old Emma has already introduced him to her parents. As of now, Emma Watson's estimated net worth sits comfortably at around $80 million. And it's not just her acting roles fueling that fortune. She earns a solid chunk of change from magazine shoots alone, somewhere between $4 to $5 million annually. She's also partnered with some of the biggest names in the fashion and beauty industry. One standout deal? Her 2-year collaboration with Chanel, which brought in a cool $2 million. And don't even get us started on her social media pull. With nearly 60 million Instagram followers, a single sponsored post from her can cost brands anywhere from $100,000 to $170,000. Emma splits her time between London and New York. When she was studying at Brown University, she decided it made sense to get a place closer to campus. She bought herself a sleek 150 square meter penthouse in Manhattan's trendiest neighborhood for $3.3 million. The place is pure luxury. It's got 4 bedrooms, a big open living area, and a modern kitchen. The style's an elegant blend, vintage windows paired with contemporary high-end finishes. Even the bathtub's a showstopper, completely wrapped in white marble. Over in the UK, Emma owns a house that she purchased a bit more discreetly, using Panamanian offshore companies no less. That one cost her around $3 million. And in the French Alps, she's got a cozy ski chalet in the resort town of Maribel, worth about $2.2 million. Emma's car collection is small but refined. She's got a Toyota Prius for everyday driving, worth around $30,000, an Audi S3 that cost her $43,000, and a Cadillac Escalade that set her back about $95,000. Now here's a question that gets tossed around a lot. If Emma hadn't played Hermione Granger, would she still have made it this big? Hard to say. That role put her on the map, no doubt about it. But from what we've seen since, her talent, drive, and smart choices have kept her there. If you enjoyed this little deep dive into Emma Watson's life, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. There's plenty more where this came from. Leo Robinson, the man who's currently by Emma Watson's side, isn't just some anonymous figure in the background. He's a businessman with a past in the cannabis industry, having worked for a company based in Los Angeles. He reportedly left that job in mid-2020, likely to maintain a lower profile as their relationship became more public. Insiders close to Emma have confirmed that she's taken a big step in this romance, introducing Leo to her parents, which for someone as private as she is, says a lot about the seriousness of their bond. Now let's talk about Emma's financial picture, which is just as impressive as her filmography. Her net worth is estimated at a jaw-dropping $80 million. And while the Harry Potter franchise built a strong foundation, Emma's wealth comes from multiple streams. Acting is only one part of the equation. She's earned a small fortune from print modeling and high-end fashion work. For example, just participating in magazine features brings in $4 to $5 million annually, which is more than some actors make from major film roles. And then, there are the endorsements. She's worked with some of the most iconic brands in the world. One of her standout partnerships was with Chanel, the legendary French fashion house. That collaboration, which lasted 2 years, earned her a tidy $2 million. But that's just the beginning. Emma's influence on social media is massive. With nearly 60 million followers on Instagram, she's among the most marketable celebrities out there. One post from her account is estimated to be worth between $100,000 and $170,000, making each caption a potential goldmine. Emma has homes in both London and New York, maintaining a bi-continental lifestyle that matches her global status. When she enrolled at Brown University in the US, she decided to invest in a home close to campus. She purchased a gorgeous penthouse in Manhattan, located in one of the most fashionable parts of the city, for $3.3 million. The apartment spans 150 square meters and is both stylish and sophisticated. It's not just the price tag that's impressive. The details inside are equally stunning. The home features 4 spacious bedrooms, a sleek living area perfect for entertaining, and a modern kitchen that blends function with high-end flair. The design is an artful mix of classic vintage windows and trendy urban touches. The bathroom? It's pure luxury. a statement piece covered entirely in white marble, reflecting Emma's refined taste. Back in England, Emma also owns a private residence that she purchased discreetly for $3 million. Reports say she used offshore accounts based in Panama to keep the transaction under wraps, a move that drew curiosity, but not much public backlash. It's a classic example of how Emma has always valued her privacy, even while living under the public eye. She also has a cozy chalet in the ski resort town of Maribel, nestled in the French Alps. That property, valued at about $2.2 million, gives her a peaceful winter getaway spot when she wants to escape the spotlight and hit the slopes in style. And let's not forget her cars. While Emma isn't one to flaunt flashy supercars, her vehicle collection is still impressive. It reflects her practical side mixed with a touch of luxury. Her Toyota Prius, a nod to her eco-conscious values, cost around $30,000. Then there's her Audi S3, a compact yet sporty model that runs for about $43,000. Finally, for those longer, more luxurious rides, she owns a Cadillac Escalade, which set her back about $95,000. Now, here's a question a lot of people have debated over the years. Would Emma Watson have become this successful if she hadn't landed the role of Hermione Granger? It's a tough one. No doubt Hermione was the role that launched her into stardom, putting her face in front of millions of fans around the globe before she even turned 12. But fame handed to you early doesn't guarantee longevity. What Emma has done since, navigating adulthood, reinventing herself, taking academic and career risks, turning down roles that didn't fit her values, and using her voice to support causes she believes in, is what really cemented her success. She didn't just ride the wave of Harry Potter. She built her own brand, an identity that blends talent, intelligence, integrity, and influence. Whether it's on screen, in high fashion, behind a podium at the UN, or in business and real estate investments, Emma Watson continues to make moves that prove she's in control of her own story. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Emma's extraordinary life, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel. We've got more inspiring stories, behind-the-scenes scoops, and celebrity journeys you won't want to miss.